guys, Bluebridge here. So, question is, would you rather finish in the Champions League spots or win the Conference League? So, that's what I'll be focusing my video on today. So guys, let's get into it. So, today, press conference, the question was asked to Enzo Maresco, would you rather finish in the top five and not win the Conference League, or win the Conference League and not finish in the top five? He didn't really give a comprehensive answer. So I'll be trying to see if I can answer the question. Ideally, I'd like both. I'd love to be back in the Champions League. Today, I'm just about to watch the Arsenal against PSG match, and that was a fantastic game yesterday between Barcelona and Inter. Who wouldn't want to be involved in this sort of football? But then again, it is a difficult question, and it's not a loser mentality. Because remember when Arsene Wenger used to always say that finishing in the top four was like winning a trophy. We used to laugh at him. Winning a trophy is totally different. So, ideally, yeah, Champions League. But if we don't get into the Champions League, it's not the end of the world. I think this crop of players, I know it's going to sound controversial now, but this crop of players will probably be better off actually winning the Conference League. Jose Mourinho always said that he wants to. When he first came to Chelsea, he said he was going to take the League Cup seriously. Right, the reason why, he said, once the players get into a winning habit, it just once they start winning a trophy, so it forms a winning habit. So their first trophy is important. We won that first trophy, then we went on to win the Premier League afterwards, and we know how many trophies we won after that. That's why I was so disappointed last year when we didn't win the League Cup with the team that Liverpool put out, because I thought had we won that tournament, it would have done wonders for these players. And we saw that with Newcastle this season when they won the League Cup. They were nowhere in the league. They were about 11 points behind us when they won that League Cup. And now we are, on Sunday we play a big do or die match against them. They took that momentum from winning the League Cup with them, and now it's between us, them, and Nottingham Forest and Villa who's going to finish in the top five slot. So it does help the players. It does build on their confidence, because Newcastle hadn't won a trophy for years. So with this team, if they can put that first trophy, get their first trophy under their belts, it will give them a bit of confidence. I know, yes, it's not the best of the trophies, because it's still seen as a major European trophy. I don't really see it as a major one myself, but it's seen as one of the major European trophies, and is to give the players that winning feeling. Then it will stand us in good stead for next season. Okay, as I said, it will be disappointed not getting to the Champions League, but also the question's got to be asked: if we get to the Champions League, are we ready for Champions League? Yeah, one can argue that we will be able to attract a better type of player, but if we win a tournament with close to Champions League, will we be able to attract those players anyway? And we've got that buffered. We're in a fortunate position, fortunate than most, who won't get Champions League, in that we've got the World Club Cup, which could yield £100 million to us if we actually won it, or if we got far in the tournament, or dollars or something. So it's about £80 million if we win it, and probably 70 if we get far in the tournament. And that could be an attraction for people as well, because this tournament is going to be once every 4 years. It's not all the time that teams are going to be playing in that. So maybe that can be a draw to get us some of our stellar players for next season. As I said, ideally I prefer both, but I'm weighing up the pros and cons. I'd love to be in the Champions League, but let's be realistic. As I said, are we ready to compete in the Champions League with the young players that we've got at the moment, or are we just going to be there to make up the numbers? I've seen some of the quality there. At the moment, we can't live with that quality. If we get one or two additions to the squad, will we be able to live with the teams who are there? Not sure. we've seen that if we win this tournament as well, we'll go into the Europa League. Europa League isn't hard, I don't think, because you're actually seeing Manchester United and Tottenham, two teams who are struggling in the Premier League, arguably, if a disaster doesn't happen, they'll probably make the final. So that because of the fact that the the Champions League, more teams have been added to the Champions League as well. Teams don't drop down into the Europa League. It is an easier competition to win. So we could do things in stages: Conference League, Europa League, Champions League. But as I said, having said all that, I want to be back in the Champions League. I just love the Champions League. But looking at it now, and I've started looked at it slightly different now, and it won't be a major disaster financially. I don't know where we're going to be financially. I said we've got the Club World Cup, but financially, do we need to be in it? I don't know what these guys are doing with the money. I don't know if they're saying one thing and then doing something else with PSR. So if we need to be in it financially, if it's going to hurt us financially, then definitely we need to be back in that tournament. But yeah, it is what it is. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. Would you be happy to win a Conference League, or you just see this Conference League as nothing worth winning, and you just prefer to be in the Champions League without with a trophyless season? You know, you can't have the option of both. As I said, ideally I want both. But if you're given those options, what would it be? Again, as I said, stick your comments in the section below. So tomorrow, they did ask if he's going to play like a full squad. He said he's going to play his strongest squad of team available. So I don't know what that means. Mark Guay's back in the squad, which is quite good. So hopefully the guys need to win this again as it builds momentum, because we are going on a good run at the moment, and so if we just carry on and build on that momentum, then it will set us up nicely for the game against Newcastle, because that's a lunchtime kickoff for that game, and it's going to be a difficult game when we face Newcastle. So nearly time for the Arsenal game. Up the PSG, sorry Arsenal fans. But I'll probably be putting this video out after the game's finished anyway. So we'll know the result of that Arsenal game before this video goes out. So enjoy the game, guys, if you're watching it, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. And as I said, win, get into the final, win that, finish in the top 5, and hey ho, everyone's happy. So don't forget, as always, to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you'll be notified every time I make a new video. So take care, bye bye.